First Cousins podcast. This is Taylor.
And this is Saley. Fuck, why do I do that?
That's not my name! And
Sadie.
This is going to be our very first podcast ever. And we will be posting these every Monday. We film them on our Twitch. As you can see, our lovely little chat right here. We love these babies.
They're our sons.
They're our sons and daughters and children of tenaciousness. So, what's going to happen today is we're going to discuss the childhood traumas that we've experienced.
What has made us the human beings that we are today?
We're going to talk about school, about life, we're going to talk about bullying.
We're going to talk about underwear.
We are. We're going to talk about underwear. It's going to be, this is also still, I would say that this is not going to be family friendly. Like, we're still going to curse.
We still are going to say, like, bad words, like butt.
But that's about it. We're not going to talk about, like, weird shit.
Today.
So, thank you. We want to say thank you to you guys for being here for, like, thank you for supporting us and coming to this thing when you guys had no idea what was happening.
You're like, we're just going to show up.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it.
Yeah, we love you guys. Oh, this is an, all right, let's just get into it.
Yeah, we gotta cheers because we're gonna try to have a different drink every time, but we'll see how that goes. It might just always be coffee.
I had to wake up early. Yes, we know it's morning time right now.
Yes.
All right, so who would like to go first? Let's share some. Let's start off easy.
Okay, let's start off easy with like a cousin memory. Like,
cousin?
Like something we used to do when we would like.
Should we start off with the one that everybody knows already?
Yeah.
For the YouTubes.
Just start it off fresh and clean.
Let's start it off with the one everybody knows.
Okay.
So me and Taylor, when we were tiny, like literally this tall.
Probably I was taller, but that's fine.
She was, and I don't know why. I had this pink tiny umbrella. It was pink. It had Hello Kitty's face on it. It had like frillies on the ends. It was great. So
it was like
cute.
What every little girl wants their umbrella to look like.
It even had the cute like shape on the bottom that is like not a stick. It was like the.
It was like the like Mary Poppins like the little handle was curvy and.
Yeah, we were little beans. So I had this umbrella, and Taylor and I were really big into video games ever since we were small.
Yeah.
So we knew who Peach was. Peach. And she floated. We played Smash Bros. Melee a lot.
Too much.
Which is why I thought I might be good at it, but I'm not.
I was good at the melee one, I think.
I think. So we would pretend that we were Peach with this umbrella, right? We'd run around with it.
Her dad's old house used to have this porch, and we were like, it was like not very high up, but like still pretty high with that when we climbed up on the railing and jumped off, it felt like a long distance to fall.
Oh my god, yes. All right, so continuing. So we had this umbrella and this porch, right? So, you know, two perfect things together.
Yeah.
And Taylor and I thought it would be genius if we jumped off the porch and the umbrella would like break our fall.
Oh yeah.
It would make us float down like Peach.
Oh, we thought it was taking us 30 seconds to fall off that fucking porch.
Oh my god.
We were not doing that though. We were just fucking plummeting.
We were plummeting down.
Duck and roll!
So what happened was, I swear I went first. Like, if I'm remembering.
Yeah.
And this is what happened. I jumped off with the umbrella, crushed my legs. Like, they crunched.
That's why you have back pain now.
Oh my god, probably.
You fucked up your spine.
And then turned around, looked at Taylor, and said, "It actually works, I think."
And I looked up to my cousins. All my cousins were like a year older than me, so like if Sadie said it, I was like, oh, it must be real. And I'm just like, let me try.
She was like, okay. And then so Taylor takes the umbrella
and thus proceeds to plummet and crush my legs.
Yep.
And knees.
And also goes, it does work!
And then we're like freaking out. We're like, oh my god. And then we thought like, how cool would it be if we had like dresses that would like ploof out?
Yes!
Oh my god.
We needed dresses.
Oh my god.
So I think we probably jumped off the porch another like 6 times each until we were like, okay.
We probably got yelled at. Like our dads were like, stop you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna break your foot. And they didn't want to take us to the hospital, obviously. So, like,
Where were they, though, the first couple times we jumped off the porch?
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder that. I'm like, where were my parents when I was doing this?
Yeah, I'm like, we were on the porch jumping off. Could have got hurt. But, you know, it's okay. We had an umbrella.
Yeah.
So, like, I look back at those things, and it's, like, funny to think that our imagination was so big that it really was sold in our heads that we were floating down.
We were.
Is Penny or Anthony? Anthony, can you make the thing?
Can you make a command? Because we love all you guys, but and we're not ignoring you. We see it, but we're live.
Yes, but also yes, it's not real childhood if you didn't have an umbrella and you jumped off a roof or something.
If you, I would recommend it. But also please proceed with caution. If you break your legs, it's not on.
Maybe like when
us.
If I have kids someday, I'll give them an umbrella and I'll be like, jump off the couch with it, but I'll have like a pillow pile on the ground.
You'll be like, okay, we're gonna put this mattress here, and you're allowed to jump into it with this umbrella.
Penny, can you make a command that's like !podcast and explain that Sadie and Taylor are doing a podcast right now? They will be minimally responding to chat, so don't be sad if we miss your message or something like that. That way, anytime someone in the chat can be like, podcast.
Yeah, because we love and appreciate all you guys, but we have to be.
Yeah, it's a recording. Don't be sad. Don't be sad.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad too because I broke my legs as a child.
So that is like our number one cousin memory.
That's like a great one, and the other one, I think, is just this wasn't necessarily like one particular memory. This is like a collection of memories because when we were younger, we would like play games, and our dads would like for some reason let us stay up however late we wanted to. I don't really know why, and we would literally take sleeping shifts.
It's so funny when you put it like that because honestly it really didn't work though.
It did not work, but we would be like, I'll be like, we'd be playing Sonic Chows, right? And you gotta spend time in the garden so we can level up our chows, make them fucking awesome. And so like we would be playing together, and then Sadie would it was usually first.
Always was the first one to fall asleep. Always.
Sadie,
I'm sorry. I haven't changed a bit.
No.
Like, I'm the same now.
Like, I can't wake up, but she can't stay awake. When she's tired, she falls asleep. When I'm already asleep, I can't wake up.
The second it hits me, it's like, done.
Yeah.
Not even a Red Bull could change me.
Like, so we would be both playing the game, and then Sadie would be like, I'm just gonna rest my eyes. You keep playing. And I'd be like, okay, wake up in 10 minutes, and then come back. And she never would. And I would have to come up with plans on how to wake her up.
Oh my god. So you want to know what she did to me one day? She started getting water in like a cup or into her hand. She wouldn't even get a cup. She would walk all the way to the sink and cup her hands and then like shakily come over to me and then just be like
drop water on your face.
And then I'd be like, Taylor,
it's raining inside.
I'm tired. Stop.
And I'd be like, Sadie, you said you're just resting your eyes.
And I was like, I'm going to sleep now. And then she'd be like alone all night. There was one specific time I remember. I don't know. You're going to remember this, I think. There was one specific time where we spent the night in the basement with the chows on, and you turned the TV off but left the GameCube on. And I don't know why my dumbass thought that you just left the GameCube on. So when I woke up, I turned the GameCube off, remember?
Yeah.
And you were letting it marinate.
I was letting the chows marinate.
And you were, all that work that she had just put into the chows, I erased it.
They probably were all dead, if we're being honest.
That's
all
true.
the chows had died because we didn't love them.
So, all the chows were dead.
So like,
we should make it so the chat disappears when it's not being like, you know what I mean?
Okay, how do we do that?
There's a way. Like, it disappears after a while.
No, always show message. So
there
they can stay on for like the longest amount, but then they'll disappear.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was very sad about that, and I felt like an idiot because I was like, I like just woke up and just clicked the button.
Mhm.
Maybe because I was trying to turn it on. I don't know, but I was literally like an idiot. I was actually an idiot. So that's like those are the things we remember the most.
Mm-hmm.
Besides me hitting it.
Oh, that was great. So like, I don't know. I don't remember what I was doing. I feel like this is like your story to tell because.
So I remember this very
Why wasn't
clearly.
I playing WoW? That's my question.
You were too. It was like the moment of your life where you were too young. It's like I had just started.
Damn.
I had just started. You were like a couple months behind.
I was just too young, man.
She was like, so my dad and my uncle, her dad, and my other uncle, her other uncle. Collectively, there's 3 of them.
There's our dads and then a brother.
Yeah. So they played WoW so many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Since the beginning of WoW time, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember
Like the alpha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, the exact
They were like
beginning.
the first people in.
Oh dang.
Oh shit, I'm going to be a person. I'm going to cosplay someone.
So I remember asking my dad on the phone, like, I wanna play WoW, like I wanna make a night elf or something, and then because blood elves didn't exist yet. And he would talk to me on the phone about like, okay, setting me up with an account, and then I finally got to play WoW, but Taylor was visiting. But my priorities were not Taylor at that moment. I was like, I'm gonna play WoW today.
She was like, it's fine, you could just watch. And I'm like,
yeah, which is like literally our childhood.
Super fun.
Yeah, I was like, you can watch Taylor. And then she, of course, being like a teeny bopper, was not amused by me running around on WoW.
I was like bored out of my mind.
She was like playing with my Barbie Corvette and stuff in my room, and fucking around on the ground. And I had this really
Probably doing
weird...
somersaults. Who the fuck knows?
Probably.
Probably was.
There was this metal, I had this really weird metal chair where the butt part and the back part were cushioned, but it was like, it had like these really hard, shiny metal legs. I remember exactly what it looks like, and that it was like lined with metal. It wasn't a very good chair, but I was just sitting in it, you know, playing. My feet were dangling and stuff like that. And I remember Taylor was so bored, she put her head under the chair and was like shaking it. She was like fucking with me, and she was like, "Sadie, play with me or something." And I literally was like, "Stop, Taylor! Stop doing that!" It's just having like flashbacks.
I'm having PTSD.
And then she was like not stopping. No matter how many times I asked little Taylor to stop, she would not. And so then finally, I like stood up, grabbed the chair, picked it up, and then slammed it back down. And I think it just like crushed her in the face. It like smacked her or something.
It like probably pinched me or like
little Taylor.
She
was so cute. Like, she was so much cuter than I was as a kid. I looked like one of those weird little Dumbo, like, gangly looking kids. And she was like this adorable, like, little chonky, like, little, like, cute little fat cheeks.
Oh my god, I was the fattest baby.
You were adorable.
I was like the Michelin man.
Oh my god, you were so cute.
But in child form.
She had this tiny little voice, too.
Oh my god, my other uncle, I have a lot of uncles. I actually have no aunts. But my other uncle said that I sounded like Minnie Mouse.
That's weird. So, anyway, I hit her in the face with the chair. She starts crying, and for some reason, Grandpa's over.
Oh.
Remember? Grandpa is over, too.
Yeah.
Like,
it was just a smorgasbord of family.
Yeah, like Grandma, Grandpa, Dad, uncles, and you sprinted to Grandpa crying, and I was like sitting there like, ah. I was like, here we go.
I was in pain.
Yeah. So I went over and I was like, literally just like, Taylor wouldn't stop messing with my chair, so I accidentally hit her in the face, but it was an accident. I was trying to play and she wouldn't leave me alone. And then you were like, Sadie hit me in the face and she was mean. And then we were both like screaming at each other, but Grandpa literally like took us both and was like, hey, guys, be nice to each other, okay? You hurt her. And then she's like, don't bother Sadie when she's playing with the game. And you were like, don't hurt Taylor, okay? And he literally was like, made us hold hands. He made us hold hands and be like, I love you.
And I'm like,
yeah, you're like in tears. You're like in tears.
I accidentally hit her in the face with a chair, just like, dude, if you ever threw a chair at me,
oh man,
I would cry.
I thought about it. So
I just was bored, guys, okay? She wouldn't let me play WoW.
Then I think I finally turned it off after that because I was like, fine, Taylor, I'll play Barbie Airplane with you.
Woo! Barbie Airplane!
I had this Barbie Airplane that now that I'm like, it was like this size. It was fucking huge. It was actually like, if I put my arms like this, the airplane would fit entirely in it. It was not meant for picking up. It was a thick-ass airplane meant to fit like 12 Barbies in it. It was blue, remember it?
It was the Barbie Airlines.
Yeah, and so it was so big. It was meant for like pushing around, like playing. But no, my dumbass was like, airplanes fly. So I would pick it up and go like this. But it was so heavy that I'd be like, it's flying. I would pick it up for like 2 seconds and then put it back down and push it. And I'd be like, we flew today, boys.
So like Barbies reminds me of a story. The only time, okay, I was like a good kid in school. There's only a handful of times I got in trouble at school. And so I don't know, like, for me, there's always been this, like, weird phase where I was a kid, right? And I liked dolls, and I played with dolls, and, like, that was my entertainment. And then it just, like, one day, I just didn't anymore.
Oh, God.
But, like, back when I did play with dolls, I took them to school one time, which, like, was against the rules, right?
Wow.
So,
okay.
I took, like, 4 of them in my backpack, and, we had this, like, recess time, and this was definitely elementary school, because the school yard had this, like, ditch over by, like, the soccer goalposts.
Yeah.
And we were allowed to just, like, roam anywhere. Like, we just, like, fucking walked to the far end, where if, like, we climbed the fence, there's no way, like, a teacher or, like, the supervisor could, like, come and, like, save us. So, that was great, but I took my dolls in my backpack, and for some reason we had our backpacks on during recess. Like, we had them with us during recess.
Oh, that's weird.
And I took, like, I was like, oh my god, guys, want to see what I got? So, like, all my friends were like, oh my god, yeah, Taylor, what do you got? So, like, we go over to this ditch on the far end of the, like, recess field, and I, like, open my backpack. And I'm like, look, guys. And they, like, all peek their head in, and they're like,
what? See some
what?
shit?
What is this? Like, fucking, if they didn't know better, it'd be like, you're selling drugs? And I open it, and I have, like, my Bratz dolls in there, which were
Better.
so cool, by
Best
the way.
doll.
I had too many. And then they're all like, oh, you brought Bratz! And we're all, so there's, like, 3 of my friends, right? So we each grab a doll, and then we all just, like, sit down in the field and, like, start playing dolls during recess. Like, I didn't bring them out during school. I just brought them out during recess.
Yeah, which is the right thing to do.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd get in trouble, right? But this boy, fucking running around the field, he walks up and he's like, oh, you guys are playing with dolls! And then he runs away, and we're like, whatever, he's just teasing us, whatever. Keep playing dolls. Then the supervisor lady comes over, and she goes, girls, is that toys? And then we're like,
what?
Yeah? She's like, you're not allowed toys on school property.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever
I
heard.
actually got detention, like, after school detention for that. In fucking, like, 3rd grade. And all my friends did too.
Your school sounds dumb AF, because my
It
school,
was.
I brought my fucking Pokédex to class, and I did not get that shit taken away.
Dude, I literally, I was, like, petrified, too. That was, like, the first time I ever got in trouble. I think I spiraled from there, because then I got in trouble all the time.
The Bratz all started it.
Like, I would always talk in class when I'm not supposed to, and, like, be yelled at.
I don't know why that specifically triggered a story about both of us.
Mm-hmm.
When we were younger, Taylor was tiny. This was when I was in, like, kindergarten.
Yeah?
You were tiny.
Yeah.
And I had these dolls called Betty Spaghetti.
I fucking remember those. They had the craziest hair.
They had the spaghetti hair.
Oh my god.
And
yes.
I had, like, 4 of them, and they all were different colors, and I valued each of them on their own. And I'm one of those people that, like, I have to have, if it comes in every color, I have to have all of them. Like,
yes.
I'm just a psycho.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I had them all perfectly, like, outfitted. You can take them apart and, like, switch their body parts and stuff. It was really cool, but I had them exactly how I wanted them. But I was still into computer games at that time, so I was playing, like, Barbie Computer Detective, whatever.
Oh my god.
And I don't know if this was the same day, but I also had some Silly Putty. And I had a very fuzzy, like, bed. Like it was kind of a fuzzy.
It was like one of those. For
It
some
was
reason,
soft.
those were big though.
Yeah.
Like the fuzzy ones. I always had like fuzzy pillows.
like fleece. Thank you, Baby Grunts, for gifting us up to Blazin'. So it was like if you rubbed something on it, like fuzz would come off of it.
Right. And like you wouldn't wear black pants on it because it would probably get fuzzy.
Yeah. So I let Taylor play with my pink silly putty, which was my favorite silly putty because it was the pink one. Don't know why I let her play with it.
For some reason, when I was a kid, just like sidebar real quick, all my cousins fucking like pink, okay? And I just like wanted to be like them, so I like adopted pink as my color. But then it was like always this competition.
Yeah.
Because like Shady would
I'd be like, pink and purple are my favorite colors
pink
ever!
is mine, and I'd be like, okay, I'll have purple.
I'd always make her take purple. I'd be like, pink, mine. Pink is mine. And look to this day. Look to this day. I've held my ground. So I'm playing like Barbie Detective or some shit, and on my little tiny like desktop computer, it was so old, and it made the.
Do you guys see a theme here? Sadie's playing a computer game, and I'm just sitting there
She's
bored the
sitting
fuck out of my mind.
Yeah. So she's sitting on my bed playing with a silly putty, right? This bitch is not just playing with it like you're supposed to. She's making little balls on top of my bed. So she's like holding the. Like, here's my bed, and she's like rubbing the ball. She's like making the dough right on top of my bed, and then I'm like, do. Okay, Taylor.
Fuzzy pizza, man.
Yeah, she puts it back in the thing, and I don't see the silly putty till later, right? Okay, she puts it away. I put it away, and then we play the Betty Spaghettis, like I talked about. And then I think I left. She did something. She like went off on her own. I think I was probably playing a video game or something.
Probably went to watch South Park. Yeah, my dad let me watch South Park.
That's weird. No, you went to the living room behind the couch where the little corner is that you could like hide in.
I remember that.
And you ripped apart all the spaghettis and their body parts. You put them into pieces. There was like heads and legs and arms everywhere.
I gotta sort them. Make sure everything's there.
You left them there. Unfinished. And I literally was like, where's Taylor? And I found the pile and I was like, run.
Run.
I was literally just like screaming, Dad, she fucked up my, like I didn't say that, but I was like, she ruined my dolls. And then I was just like, Taylor, how could you do this? And you're just sitting there like, I just played with them. She always fucked my shit up. And so,
I was bored.
and I literally was just, I was like, oh my god, I can never fix them. She ruined them forever. I never played with those dolls again after that.
Because you didn't know the order.
I didn't know what to do with them.
Fuck.
And then later that night after she leaves, I open my silly putty. And it's covered in fuzz. And hair.
I think I did that to everyone's things. Like everyone's silly putty, everyone's little sticky hands that you would throw at the wall. I just like got them dirty. I don't know why.
And then my dumbass sat there and tried to pull out every single hair. I was like, I can get it out, I promise. I can get it out. And I was just like, oh my god, she ruined it. I was so mad. And I couldn't yell at her because she was already gone. So I was like, no, Taylor was annoying when she was little, okay? It's not my fault that she fucked my Betty
I
spaghettis
was just bored. I just needed my cousin to hang out with me.
We did hang out mostly, like, after we got a little older.
Yeah. That was like when we were probably before we even were in school.
That was when we were tiny.
Like
I had just gotten to kindergarten, I think.
Yeah. We were small beans.
You should tell the spinny
the
story.
spinny-
Okay,
okay.
That's my favorite one. I'm
So
gonna die.
I told this story to Sadie the other day, just because we were like, "What should we talk about on a podcast? Like, what do we do?" So I already told her, but she'll still probably laugh.
It's my favorite story. It's my favorite childhood Taylor story.
So I had two cousins. Called them my cousins, not Sadie. Sadie wasn't there. We were at the park. Okay. There's this park and it was really cool. It was like gravel. Everything was great. It had tire swings.
Yeah, tire swings.
Yeah. So like, but it wasn't the swing where like you sit in the tire. It was when the tire was like flat, and like that doesn't really matter at all. But
It spins this way. It doesn't just swing.
It spins. It doesn't swing. So we were taking turns like spinning everyone, and like as a kid, for some reason, you like to be dizzy, right? I don't know why. So we were like taking turns, and then it was my turn. So I for some reason went last because my life. But no. So then my cousin Mariah and Austin, they were like, okay, we're gonna spin Taylor, and they're like, I get in there, I'm like all excited, I'm like, yeah, it's my turn.
They schemed against
They
you.
started spinning. Okay. Started spinning. And my mom always tells this story the best because she says that like her and like the parents were over there like at a picnic table probably just watching us play on the swing set, and they're spinning me around, right? It's like it's all great, and I'm like screaming, and it seems like I'm having fun. And then I get off the tire swing, and I literally walk. My mom says that I walked like 2 steps and let out the most like blood-curdling screech. Like, and I just screamed at the top of my lungs and go, I'm twisted! And then I put out my arms like fucking Naruto or something, and I vomit. And I just imagine you being like, I'm twisted!
Because you didn't know how to say I'm dizzy.
I didn't know like that I was dizzy. I like got so sick, and then my cousins were like, we did it, we spun around, and I'm like, I vomited.
I'm twisted!
My mom said I had little pigtails, and that like she's like she never forgets how they like flopped forward. They were like, and then I just puked.
Twisted Taylor.
Twisted Taylor. I was just like,
I love. I can just imagine her being like, I'm twisted. Like, who says that?
I was twisted. They twisted me on the tire swing.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
I
That's why I don't get on the spinny things.
Oh my god, I literally to this day hate spinny rides.
Nope.
Rides, swings.
That messed you up for life.
I get twisted.
Twisted Taylor on trending. We need.
I'm twisted.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that. Should I tell them about kindergarten and guinea pig?
Oh, of course. Do they know that you are?
No.
They don't?
Well, some of them do. Probably not all of them, though. So, my kindergarten class was freaking cool. We had a pet. Okay? Some kindergarten classes had pets, and it was a little guinea pig, little brown one. I can't remember its name, but it had this really cool thing where you could sign up to take it home for the weekend. It was so fucking cool. And I never asked to do it, but my mom, my dad and my mom were divorced at the time. So I would go to like separate weekends. You know, I would go to my dad's for the weekend and stay with my mom for the week. And my mom was like, do you want to take the guinea pig home with you? And I was like, yeah! And this was like at the beginning of the school year, right? So I didn't think anything of it. And she was like, okay, I'll sign you up to take it to your dad's house. And so she actually signed me up for it, but to take it to my dad's house, not to her house. She didn't even ask him. She just
didn't even ask him. She's just like, here's your daughter and a guinea pig.
Yes. So my dad gets this cage.
Yeah.
Takes it with us. I can't believe they trusted this many people with a. I don't know. That seems strange to me now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I just remember being so sneezy. I was like, oh God, like what's happening to me? And then I was just sneezing and coughing and like I was sick and my eyes were red and I was itchy everywhere. And my dad was like, you're fucking allergic to guinea pigs. You're allergic to this thing. And I was like, no, Dad, I want to hold it and I want to pet it and I want to play with it and it's gonna be my friend.
Your eyes swollen the size of a golf ball and you're like, I love him.
So he parks it by the door where it doesn't see me, and the whole weekend I am just upset because I don't even remember going to look at it because I couldn't go hang out with it. So the whole weekend I was just in bed dying. I didn't even like enjoy my weekend at all with my dad because I was so busy being sick from the guinea pig, and we couldn't take it back because school was closed.
Right. You literally had to go through the weekend
with the guinea pig.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, okay, well, yeah, we found out I'm allergic to guinea pigs, but now I am in a class with a guinea pig that I'm allergic to.
Oh, no.
So I do a couple more weeks, And then I'm like, yeah, I'm bothered by this. Like, because I used to walk up to the cage and say hi to it and stuff. But no. No. The teacher was even like, yeah, this is bad. We need to transfer you.
To a different classroom?
To a different classroom. But they didn't transfer me to another kindergarten class. They transferred me to like a first grader's class.
They're like, she's allergic, so can you take her?
Yeah, no, literally.
Were you like confused?
I was so confused because I didn't know what was going on. So I'd be like, it was like this weird wall where you could like, if you peeked over the wall, you could see the other classroom. So like, I would be in the other classroom playing and stuff and doing fun shit with the older kids. So I would get these like dirty ass looks from the kids in my class. Because I got to like,
like you weren't technically like ready for their curriculum anyway. So
yeah. So like I was hanging out with the other kids and they were just like above the wall like this. And I was like,
hi,
I'm allergic to guinea pigs. I'm over here. But I just specifically remember these kids staring into my soul.
Oh, they hated you.
Being mad at me.
They hated you.
For something I had no control over.
Yeah, but they hated you.
And that's like all I can remember. And I just remember hanging out with the older kids for the rest of that.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
What did you like? Did you have any friends in the other classroom?
Yeah, I made a bunch of friends with the older kids, but that didn't matter to the other ones. Apparently they wanted me to die by guinea pig.
Death by guinea pig. The cutest way to die. Oh man. Trying to think of another story.
I do have a couple.
What are like some things that like have stuck with you? Like what did you believe as a child, or like what did somebody say to you that just like never left your mind?
In high school,
okay,
my bladder.
Yeah.
That shit got fucked up. And I will explain to you guys. The brain is so strange how it works. It just takes someone... This is why you have to really pay attention to what you guys say to people. Because it can stick with them for their whole lives.
Yeah.
Like, whether that be, like, bullying, or even if you don't think it's mean. Like, so there was this one... I had just started at a new high school, like, 7th grade. I had just made, finally, a friend that I really liked. We hung out all the time. We went to the bathroom together. Like, we walked everywhere together, lunch together. And then I remember one specific time, we walked to the bathroom together. And I've never had a shy bladder before. I could pee easy. Easy peasy.
Easy pee.
Easy pee. And I remember having no issues with it at all whatsoever. And then one day we walked in the bathroom together and she just bonks the dryer, which is like the ones that you bonk the button and it just goes for a little bit. And then she went pee and I was like, why'd you do that? I was like, why'd you turn the fan on? And then she just looks at me and goes, you don't want people to hear you pee, do you? That's weird. And I literally just stood there like, oh, fuck. I was like, it was like my brain at that exact moment got rewired.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
People have heard me pee before.
I was like, people cannot hear me pee. So that fucked me up. So ever since that day, I swear that's the day it pinpointed, I had not been able to pee at school without some sort of sound triggering. I could sit on the toilet forever and no pee would come out, but as soon as somebody flushed the toilet, it would start. Because it was a loud enough sound to start it.
Yeah.
It messed me up for my whole life, and she would not even remember this. Like, she would not even remember this at all, but it has
She
stuck
probably
with me.
Doesn't even do that anymore.
No, and it's to this day, it has still messed with my life.
Just like, yeah, you never hear me.
Yeah, so I always, ever since then, I always went in there, hit the dryer. And even to this day, the only people I can pee in front of is like Taylor and Penny. I would never be able to pee in a public restroom without something triggering sound.
Yeah. So, this has nothing to do with childhood stories at all, but I was looking at the background while you were telling that story, like, I was in trance, right? You see that little fucker right there? The red light? There's one red light! Why? Thank you.
That is annoying!
It must be gone. We must cleanse the world of the red lights.
No, I don't, Penny. I don't punch you in the face. She's like, she's gonna make sounds for me. I've made sounds for you, Penny. I've turned the sink on for you before. Do you have a childhood trauma experience?
Okay, so like the only one I can think of is I don't know, like when you're young, but when I was young, wait, real quick, can somebody refund Mango? I forgot to pause all the redemptions. We want it to be the same color for like videos.
Yeah, no redemptions will be done in this stream.
Otherwise, we love you, Mango.
Yes, we love you guys. It's gonna be a minimal alert to know.
Yeah, no alerts. Sorry. But okay, so when I was a kid, little kid, right? You know, like little girl underwear is it's like grandma panties, basically.
Yeah. Continue. Underwear.
Underwear. So like, and like for some reason, back in the day, everything was like low-rise pants, right? Mm-hmm. So one time it was like story time, and like,
you got this.
I'm scarred. Okay, but this boy, I almost want to say I had a crush on him too. So like it fucked me up because I was like, how dare he?
Oh, so it was like a cute boy.
It was like a boy
the worst.
that I liked or something, and then so we were sitting around, and my low-rise little jeans and my big-ass baggy girly panties were showing, right? Just like the
like
top.
Little kids never.
They don't think about that stuff, right? They're not aware of their butts.
Their pants never are at the right. Like when you
oh my
sit,
God.
little kids always.
Oh my God. You see like the kindergartners, and you're just like.
The only time that didn't happen was when you wore overalls.
Right. Oh my God, overalls. I wore those all the time.
We should get some overalls.
But we were sitting around, and this boy comes up to me, and he's like, Taylor, I see your underwear. And I was like, have people seen them before? Who has seen my underwear? Who saw it before? What does this mean? Do I need to like... So it fucked me so much, like it messed me up that I like asked the teacher to go to the bathroom and like rolled down. But then I was like worried. I was like, oh fuck, what if they see my butt crack? And then like I just spiraled. So like, thank God high-waisted pants are in style because.
Yeah, because at the time, low-rise were in style all the way up until maybe what, like 5 years ago?
Maybe until like high school.
Yeah.
Like
I was not into them until more recently.
I think I wore them like pretty early when they started like being in stores and stuff because I was like, oh damn. But like, oh man, that kid. I have a story.
Tell it.
It's so cringy. It's the cringiest story I think I have.
I'm ready.
Okay, so you know when you're like a kid and your imagination is so great and you're just like, I'm a fucking Powerpuff Girl.
Kids have the best imaginations. I cannot explain enough how I used to see things, basically.
Yeah, and like, it was like first grade, maybe even kindergarten, but me and my 3 friends were like, oh my God, guys, we are Powerpuff Girls. And
you're like convinced.
We like actually believed it, okay? So what we would do, because for some reason kids have like so much energy and you're just like, where the fuck did this come from?
Oh yeah.
And we would go out on recess and run. And just like run. And we would be like, Powerpuff Girls! Dude, and oh my God. And so then there was this boy. There's always a boy. Like,
boy's just
teasing us. He's just like, hi, you guys think you're Powerpuff Girls? That's so lame. And we were like, you know what? We have a superpower. And he was like, what is it? And I was like, boys. Boys. I was like, we know how to pinch. And so literally, there was me and my 2 friends, and we fucking thought we were Powerpuff Girls, but our superpower wasn't like cool like the Powerpuff Girls, okay? It was pinching. So we would chase the boys around and pinch them. And they were like, what the fuck? And then they called us the Pinchy Girls.
The Power Pinchy Girls. Oh my God. He's a rowdy rough boy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Wait, that's actually hilarious. Yeah, because I remember when they introduced the boys in that show, and I was just like, what the fuck? Why are they so rude? I want a middle-aged woman to chase me and pinch you.
Oh my god.
So, oh my god, that's actually hilarious.
I like those weird things like they called us Pinchy Girl.
Well, now that we're talking about like trauma.
I probably traumatized those boys by pinching them too hard.
No, Penny. So there's one traumatic experience. This is not, I mean, it's funny, but like to this day it has hurt me. So growing up, we moved every single year. I was never out of school for longer than 1 year until I got to
like
not even high school. Until when I got to the 10th grade, that's when I finally stayed at a school for more than 2 years.
That's crazy.
Every year I moved schools. So I get to this new school. It's 7th grade. I'm at this new school. I'm like, oh, yes, cool. You know, I'm so used to this, whatever. But I was still scared because I have high anxiety. Like, ever since I was small, I've had it. I have to tell them the hair.
Oh my god.
The hair video.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll tell that after.
Okay.
Ever since I was tiny, like, I don't know where it stemmed from, but I just had it. So I was like, it was lunchtime. I didn't have anybody to talk to. So I was so scared to get lunch. And I was so scared to sit with somebody that I just didn't get lunch. I didn't get lunch that day. It was really sad. And I remember just calling my mom and being like, I'm sitting in the hallway. I didn't get lunch. She was like, what the fuck, Sadie? You didn't eat lunch. And I was like, oh, okay. And then go into my last class. It's either my 5th or 6th period. Probably 5th period. Because after lunch, I think you go to one of those. Or I don't know. But I'm starving. Like,
you didn't eat lunch.
I didn't eat lunch. I didn't know any of these people. We hadn't even introduced ourselves yet.
Like, they didn't even know you were the new girl?
They didn't even, like, notice me.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the back, you know, in the corner, like, I'm gonna just get home and I'm gonna eat so much food. And then my stomach makes this horrendously loud gargling noise. It was so loud. It was so loud that people turned and looked at me. And I was just like,
wait, to make you feel better about it.
I literally just was like, but in my head, like, in my head, I thought that they knew it was my stomach, because that sounds pretty normal, like a stomach noise, but I was still embarrassed, so I was sitting there like, and this boy in front of me, he wasn't cute at all. He was like dumb and
stupid.
He was stupid, and he literally just goes, she just farted! And I was like, no! I was so scared. I was like, oh, I'm in my tummy. And everybody was already laughing so hard in the whole classroom that I couldn't, like, redeem myself. I was like, oh no, I'm hungry. And then so, like, that scarred the shit out of me. So I literally just, like, went home and cried to my mom, and I was like, the whole class thinks I farted, and I don't fart.
I don't fart.
And my mom was just so angry. She was just like, okay.
God damn it, why don't you eat lunch? And you're just like,
and I'm like, I was scared.
I didn't know anyone.
So, like, months go by in this class. Months go by, and I actually become friends with the people that sit around me. Like, I actually talk to them and stuff now. And I remember that it scarred me so badly that I brought it up to them. I was like, hey guys, remember that one time when this asshole said that I farted in class? And they were all like, yeah, I remember that. And I was like, it was my stomach. I was like, my stomach made that noise. And then he goes, I thought you farted. He like did that with his face. And I was like, no, I didn't eat lunch that day. And I like had to make this clear to him, but it was literally like way too late to say anything about it. Like, I had just been not doing myself a favor by bringing it up again.
Yeah. Because they like resurfaced the joke, the meme.
Yeah, so then he was just like laughing, and I'm just like, okay. So then, like, whatever, my life goes on. My life literally goes on. I go through like relationships, I get a job, you know, I have my life, I get a car, like I go through an entire lifetime, and this story has never left my head, right? And I'm working at like a grocery store kind of thing, and this boy starts working at the grocery store that I work at. I recognized his fucking head the second I saw him. And I just stared at him. And I was like, I hate that man. I was like, what are the odds? And then so we used to go out, you know, to bars when it was not COVID, and then he was out with like another group of people, and I was drinking and stuff, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna give that bitch a piece of my mind. So I walk up to him.
Oh my god.
I walk up to him and I'm like, do you remember me? And he goes, no. And I was like,
He
ruined.
doesn't even remember you.
No, he doesn't. I was like, we went to middle school together. And he goes, oh yeah, I do remember that. I go, do you remember the time when you told the whole class I farted? And I didn't? And he goes, nope. And I was just like, this has been eating me alive. Like, it's always been in my brain. And this asshole just doesn't even remember.
You need justice.
Yeah, so I told him, I was like, you have messed up my whole middle school career, and to this day I am confronting you about it, and you bullied me. And then he just was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. He was like, felt so bad. And I was just like, and then everyone was like, Sadie,
Okay.
it's, hello? And I was just like, no, I have to tell him what he did to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very unnecessary and very over the top. But I told him. But moral of the story is, he said that one thing to me.
Don't listen to people. What they say.
And it messed me up to this day. I still know the story. I had a second part of the story because I saw him again in my lifetime.
I feel like we can't be the only ones with these like stories where like somebody said something to us and we're like,
yeah, justice. I feel like I got. Speaking of, oh my god, my stomach just made a noise.
I am kind of hungry.
It went. Wow, it's like it knows. My stomach just went. So, yeah, when they apologize, but when they don't even know, they don't even remember what they did. So they're just doing it to like give you a peace of mind. But
yeah, but
it did sort of. But I was just like, now the whole class thinks I forged.
They will always think it. They will believe it forever.
They probably remember They probably remember that day more than anything else. They're like, one time the new girl farted in class. Like, that's a story.
Right.
It messed me up. Should I tell the hair story?
Yes, you should tell the hair story. This one she told me and I was like, oh my fucking god.
You guys don't know how bad my anxiety is. I can't tell you enough. I think Taylor and Penny are the only people who have seen it at like full blown bad.
And like
I choked
like
in the car.
She gave it. You gave it to yourself. Like
I don't know how.
I don't know how either.
It's kind of just like nice to think about these things because then you really take a second to like think about what you say to people. I think a lot about what I say to people, like strangers and stuff, because I don't know how they're gonna act.
Well, yeah, or my thing is I'll say something and then realize like, oh my god, what if they took it this way?
Mm-hmm.
And then I have dread, and I have like I'm like,
yeah.
What if they think I meant something else?
So, my dad had this really cool car back in the day. Ford Escape. Black. Black Ford Escape with black rims. It was the fucking coolest car ever. And I was too little to sit in the front seat with him at the time. So I'd sit in the back behind him. And I was fucking with the windows. I was like, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And my dad was just like, stop that! And he closed it and locked it. So I couldn't open it anymore. And I was like, okay. But my dumbass had long hair at the time. It was like down to here. I had very long hair when I was little. So there's like this section of hair in the window. Like this much hair in the window. And it's closed in it, right? And so I'm just sitting here like this. I'm in the backseat like this. Oh. But my dad had already like yelled at me, so I was too scared to tell him to open the window again.
Yeah.
So in my little kid anxiety brain, I was like, oh my god, I can't. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? My head's stuck. My head's stuck and my dad's mad at me and I can't tell him to open the window.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like debating on what I should do. Like, I'm like, should I tell my dad? Then I'm like, going like this and it's like. And then I was like, okay. And I ripped most of the hair strands out of that part of my head because I was so afraid to ask my father to open the window because I overthought the situation so badly. And then I'm sitting there like, ow! And then I'm like, okay, And then I look at the window, and there's like 20 strands of hair stuck in the window.
I just imagine you being like, ow! Like you didn't think it was gonna hurt that much, but then you looked and you just see
It's like a
chunk
club.
of hair, and then you realize the pain that you're actually in.
And I was like, and then I spiraled more because I was like, my dad's gonna see the hair in the window and yell at me for it. My dad is not a mean dad
No.
either. He was never mean. But when he had to be stern,
When he was like strict, or like if he needed to yell at us because we were fucking off, like
it was scary.
it was scary.
So I literally was like, I'm bald and I'm in trouble now.
You're in trouble because you ripped your hair out.
I remember that so clearly, and I can't believe I did that. But
Oh my
so
God.
that's a little peek into my anxiety.
Yeah. But it's interesting what Mooney said, that it's apparently a thing that you remember your embarrassing moments more vividly than like,
Because it fucks you up.
because it's like it like
Yeah, why does our brain decide to remember something that we did not like, as opposed to like we went to Disneyland? I can't remember the thrill that I had.
the
What?
Disneyland.
Which one?
The Disneyland when we went. Okay. Let me tell the story, guys.
Is this a good like ender story?
I think so.
Okay.
I think. Oh, if only.
I have so many more stories now that I'm like
I
sitting here.
know. I know. But okay, this one just popped in my head,
Just keep going.
and it's good. It's fucking good. Okay.
okay.
So
Am I in
yes.
there?
Yes.
Is it
So,
true?
okay. So, it was our first family vacation, right? Sadie and I are really little. Our dads are like, we're gonna go to Disneyland. Awesome.
Were
Freaking
our
awesome.
dads in their 20s?
I think they were in their 20s. Because we were tiny babies. So, not really babies. We were like kindergartners, 3rd grade, maybe 2nd graders. It doesn't matter.
Tiny.
So, we're having a fucking blast. It was hot. It's California. We're in Disneyland.
I think I know what this is.
And we bought these little fans. I think they like
They're like
misted
the
us.
cool.
They like would mist you, and they would just like you could go and it would just keep you cool. It was fucking awesome. But I had some gum, like I was chewing gum, right?
Yeah.
So there's like 2 things, right? Like Sadie's dad was like filming the whole trip. I had gum and I was like excited about it. And there's actually like 2 parts to this story. So like part 1 was I was like blowing my face with the fan, and all of a sudden I like hit my face.
Oh my god, it was
And
so
it just-
funny.
And then they caught it in video.
They got
and
it
then
on
they
camera.
fucking slow-moed it. And I'm like, I hit my face and I'm like,
Because, no, you had to hold it sideways.
because my fan was
Her
broken.
fan was fucked up and she could only feel the wind
If it was like
she was like
sideways.
holding it like this. So, she
So
would
when
be
I
like,
hit my face, it like actually really hurt.
yeah, so she
And so then another thing, I was like, or was this like the same? I can't really remember. But I had gum, right? I was chewing my gum. And for some reason my kid brain was like, wouldn't it be cool if I put the gum on the fan?
I don't remember this part.
And I was like, oh, this would be so fucking cool. I'll put the gum on the fan. And then, so I put it on there, and I was like watching it spin around, and I was like, wow, that's cool, the gum spin around on the fan. But then, the gum the fan hits me again in the face, and gets in my hair. And I'm just like,
Taylor's hair gets fucked up in this one.
but like I didn't want to tell anyone because they already caught me on camera hitting myself in the face. So like I didn't want to tell anyone that like I just fucking got gum in my hair. And then I think we get back to the hotel and it's still in my hair, right? And my dad looks at me and he's like, Taylor, what's in your hair? And I'm like, it's gum. And he goes, how did it get there? And I was like, I put it on my fan. And then I tried to cool myself. And he's like, Taylor. And by that point, it had already been an hour because we got
you
like
had an hour of gum in your
but we literally, so we lived, or we didn't live there, but we stayed at the Disney hotel, and so we
Yeah.
were on the tram when this happened. It was on the tram, and then I think we went to dinner, and then I think we got back to the hotel, and that's when my dad noticed it. And it was like in the side of my head. It wasn't like here, it was like right here. And so by that point, it had already been like an hour or so. It
Oh
was
my
tangled.
God.
There was no getting that out of there. And my dad cut it, and I was so upset. I was so upset because you could see the little chunk that got cut out, and I was like, I'm ugly! I made myself ugly!
Oh, frick.
I think we even went to the fucking cool restaurant in Disneyland where, like, Goofy comes and serves you.
Goofy's Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's actually funny. We have another story that's a continuation of our Disneyland trip. What was it that you didn't like? You didn't like something, and we all made fun of you for it.
I think I was afraid of roller coasters.
No, it was a food.
Oh.
There was a food you didn't like. There was a food Taylor didn't like. When we went to a restaurant, she wouldn't eat it. And then we're Italian, and so let's just say our last name is Spaghetti. And so
I think I remember
for the story, she didn't eat something, and then I was like, Taylor, how could you not like this food? We're literally spaghettis. Like, and then
like,
my
we're
dad,
Italian, so we know.
Yeah, maybe it was something that Italians like a lot, and we had it at the restaurant. She was just like, no. And then my dad and her dad was like, yeah, Taylor, you're not a real spaghetti. Why even in this family? Like, you're not a real spaghetti. And to a 7-year-old or 5-year-old, that's traumatic.
I think I started bawling.
She started bawling.
I think I literally started, like, hyperventilate.
She was like,
crying.
She was like, I'm not a spaghetti.
You are an imposter.
And then I literally just was like, oh, Taylor, it's okay. No, you're a spaghetti. I was like, you're a spaghetti.
I've been killed off the team.
Literally.
They voted me off the island.
And then, like, I looked at my dad and my uncle, and I was like, she's crying now, and it's your guys' fault. Like, I had nothing to do with it. I was like, I did not call her that, even though I did.
I think, oh my god, there was a point on the pasta subject where I was so picky as a kid that if they put, like, parsley or, like, any sort of seasoning in the sauce and I could see it, I would pick it out. I would pick out, like, the green little, like, good shit.
The tiny rosemary, yeah.
Yeah. And I would, like, sit there and pick it out of my sauce, and I would have a little pile of...
That's insane. Oh, man. Disneyland was such a fun adventure, but, like, when you're that tiny, you're just stupid.
You're so stupid. You get your hair cut off because you...
I did not know you did that. I don't even remember you having gum in your hair.
I think I cried about it, and my dad was like, we won't tell Sadie. We won't tell Uncle Dom. And I was like, okay.
It's just a kid thing.
Yeah.
So, let's think of a really good story to end it with.
Okay, the final story, guys. So, yeah, we don't want to go too much over an hour with these things.
Yeah, but I know that we're gonna have time to cut out the beginning and stuff because all that, so I'm fine with this.
My brother used to take the ramen out of the ramen bowl and wash the bowl? Wash the noodles?
Ew! To get rid of the dried vegetables?
So
what's the point? I don't even put them in. I didn't even put the vegetables in. I would just pick the chickens out and put the chickens in.
That's...
Yeah, it's a thing. Kids are weird.
Kids are weird.
Oh, man. Okay.
What's a good final story? I don't have any.
I'm trying to think of a cousin story. Damn, we've shared a lot of good ones.
Yeah, it's hard to figure it out. Like,
kids are weird and then they jump off porches with an umbrella.
Exactly. Exactly.
Maybe that one was pretty good. The Disneyland one.
Disneyland was great.
That was both of us. What we can
oh my god, I do have one, but I don't know if it's really a cousin, and it's not very long.
That's okay.
Well, like,
doesn't matter.
So there was in Disneyland, we went to California Adventure 2, and it had the Disneyland spiral loop-de-loop.
Was this the same time that we went?
Because that's the only time me and you've been, except recently when we went when we were older.
Wait, the big Mickey Mouse roller coaster? It was closed when we went.
It was closed, and I literally... So, okay. So, when I was that young, I was scared of roller coasters, and Sadie loved them, and she was like, every roller coaster, let's go. And I actually went on my first roller coaster at Disneyland because...
I forced her.
She forced me, but I loved it, and I was like, okay, this is fun. Time. But I was still scared of, like, going upside down.
Yes, that is
scary. I remember being like, we were walking there, and I was like,
we could, like, see
in my mind,
in the
I was like praying. I was like writing fucking letters to people that didn't exist to like hope that they would save me from going on this roller coaster. I was like, anything in my mind I could think of doing to stop this from happening, I was doing. And we were like walking there, all his family, and Sadie's like, oh my god, I'm so excited.
I was screaming.
She was like, She was looking forward to that the whole time.
That was the one roller coaster that I wanted to go on more than all of them.
And I was like, panic. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm gonna have to pretend. I'm gonna have to run away. I'm gonna have to like leave the group. When we're in line, I'm gonna have to just book it. I'm gonna run. I'm not gonna get on the roller coaster. And then we get up to the line and the roller coaster is closed. The fucking relief I had.
And I just was like,
Sadie was sad because it wasn't open. I was thrilled.
I was crushed. I literally was just looking at it like, wait, is it gonna open later? Is it opening later?
And I was like, oh, it'll be open later, cousin. It's okay. And I'm like,
and then the guy was like, yeah, it's closed right for the whole days that you're here. And I was just like,
and I'm like, thank you, divine intervention. Like, I thought whatever I had done worked. Like, all the things that
I
I've
think
done.
you did. You fucked it up for me with your voodoo
The
shit.
universe was listening to me.
Yeah, no, that was a really fun. To end it off,
Mm-hmm.
I have a good story.
Okay.
To end it off, so Taylor and I, Disneyland has a Build-A-Bear workshop in Disneyland.
Oh my god. I know.
And we never have made one before. And we were like, can we please? Like, this is what we need. This is an experience we need to have as children. Like, let's go in and make Build-A-Bears.
And we were asking for it the whole trip.
the whole
And I'm
time.
pretty sure it was like the last day that we did it.
It was the last day.
Yeah.
So we walk our happy asses in there, and my dad and her dad are like, make it, do your thing.
Get your Build-A-Bear.
And then so Taylor and I are like looking at all the animals, and she's just like, I'm gonna make a cat. And it was an orange striped cat.
Pancake.
It was an orange striped cat, and I picked, for some reason, I picked a koala bear.
Yeah, but they have chlamydia.
What? Okay. So we pick out our shells, our animals, whatever, and we're like, the lady's like helping us. We must have been adorable because she was like, "Let's go!" Like,
Yeah. Oh, we were fucking cute.
oh yeah. So then she's like, "Okay, you get to pick what sound you want your animal to make," and she's looking at you like, "You want him like to meow?" And then I was like, "Yeah, Taylor, that makes sense, right?" And then so you put like the little meow in your
Yep.
sound thing in its paw, and then she's looking at me like, I'm like, "What sound does your koala make?"
Didn't you get sparkles?
Yes! So we had no idea what sound a koala makes, so she literally shows me this sound that's like, doo-doo-doo, bring, bring. And then I was like,
I remember.
that one.
It's in my mind.
Yeah. And then I was like, I want that sound in my koala bear. It's gonna speak sparkles. And then so she puts it in there, and it's the dumbest thing ever. I don't even know why I did that. And so then we like stuff them. She stuffs them. We pick the little hearts. We put them in, right? And then they were like, go accessorize it. So we literally bought like 2 outfits. We bought pajamas.
We got pajamas.
We got regular outfits. We got shoes. And my dad and her dad were just like, God. And then I remember when the lady asked us to put the sound thing in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
We picked the same hand.
Yeah.
And then I specifically remember the lady being like, they picked the same hand. And then my dad was like, yeah, they're related. Why do I remember that one sentence out of that lady's mouth?
They picked the same hand. Like, that was weird because there's only 2 options.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And so we check out, we get our babies. We're like so happy. I'm just like sparkle the shit out of me, like.
We literally would wake up, put on their like day clothes, and then we would
dress
like
them.
go to bed and like put on their PJs.
Mm-hmm. And then we carried them with us everywhere. They had like little backpacks and stuff. And then I remember we got to fly first class home.
Yeah.
And they were such big chairs to us that we buckled in our Build-A-Bears next to us.
Yep.
And I remember the like flight attendant being like, do they want anything? And I'd be like, no, she's good. And then we'd be like, nope, nope. And then we were just like sitting there.
Oh my god.
Buckled them in, and the shoes kept falling off my fucking koala bear.
Oh my god.
It was so annoying.
But do you remember what we did with them? Like the night we got them?
What?
I don't think you remember because you
I
didn't.
might not.
So I feel so bad. The hotel room had 2 beds, 2 queen beds, and Sadie and I were like, "Nah, we're gonna sleep together. We're gonna share the bed. We're gonna snuggle with our Build-A-Bears. We're gonna, that's like what kids want to do." And our dads, who are like, big men,
Grown ass men,
are like, "We're not fucking sharing a bed." And so my poor dad's on a cot, and my uncle is on the other bed, and we're just in there like with our Build-A-Bears,
taking up way too much bed that we don't need.
we could have both probably fit on the cot, but like we were small.
Yeah.
But the night we got our Build-A-Bear, we had 1 day left, and then we woke up and went to the airport. But You and I believed they were alive because of the whole like Build-A-Bear ritual with the heart. We like kiss the heart and we blow it, and
put it inside,
and then like it was adorable, right? We believed they were real.
Oh, 100%.
And Sadie,
do you remember what you named yours?
no.
I remember what I named my koala.
What'd you name it?
Kaylee. I named my koala bear Kaylee, and I don't remember what you named your cat.
Did I name it
after-
Kylie?
You did!
I think I named it Kylie.
You did. Because I was like, I'm gonna name mine after my best friend at home, Kaylee. And my best friend at the time's name was Kaylee, and she was just my neighbor. She wasn't even that much of a best friend. And I was like, her name's Kaylee. And then you were like, I'm gonna name mine Kylie. And I was like, yes!
Similar.
Which is what we always wanted to be.
But no, what we did, I think maybe you like had convinced me that they were alive. And you're like, Taylor, they're gonna move when we sleep. They come alive when we sleep. And I remember we laid them on our beds. When we went to bed, we put them like on our pillows. Like we shared a pillow with these fucking Build-A-Bears. And then like I remember you being like, watch, tomorrow morning they're not gonna be in the same spot because they're gonna move.
I actually feel like this is some shit I would say to you.
And I was like, you're fucking right. And so obviously I didn't say it, but like we woke up, and of course, because we slept and move around when we sleep,
Yeah.
the animals were not in the same spot. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I woke up screaming. I was like, Sadie, they're alive! They're alive! They moved! My cat's over there! Why is it over there? Like, literally, I remember that. And I feel like you've done that to me more than not.
I was such a believer as a child, but it's funny because I didn't like Toy Story.
Mm.
That was
Me
just my
neither.
own. That was my own
Hot take.
brain. So like, yeah, and then it's just like
Yeah,
the
like
moral
the
of the
ending
story is kids don't like push down their imaginations. They
Yeah.
don't need much to be entertained. Like we were so content with everything that we did, and then we grew up, and now I'm just like, we made Build-A-Bears more recently, and it was fun, but it just doesn't feel the same, and it never will
It
again.
would never will because we don't have that imagination that we had when we were kids.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think that was a good story to end it on.
that was. And I remember taking that bear with me everywhere and dress. I was still doing the dress it up for probably a couple more weeks or maybe months until I was like, okay, man, you're just gonna live in bed now.
Yeah.
And then it would just stay there. But then my sister started stealing the stuff
Oh,
for it.
and my mom, so like we didn't have like a lot of money to buy all the outfits I wanted. And so my mom would take me to a thrift store for like mothers, and I would buy baby clothes for it.
Yes, my mom would take me to the weird store that was like the knockoff Build-A-Bear, and I'd be like, they're too small, they don't fit on my bear, because it was like
I just
the
got
smaller
baby
ones.
clothes, so it was like daddy's little girl. Put it on my cat. I'm like, ah, so cute.
Oh my god. Yes, we have been basically, we were best friends once we were born out of the womb. So why does it look like you two are just two halves of a whole person?
I think it is.
We
true.
are. We are.
That's how it is.
So
Honestly, people would be like, you're related? And then they like find out and they're like, oh, I thought you guys were like sisters or something. And we're like, nah.
we don't look as much alike
Mm-mm.
as, like, she looks like, I feel like her mom, and I look like my mom, but like it's weird.
But it's weird because we both look like our dads.
When we have our beards on, we really look like
Oh
our
my
dads.
god, we are our dads. If you guys didn't know, we have a beard video. Check it out.
Yeah,
Plug.
link the YouTube. Don't forget, so we're gonna end it here. This is a good time. This is gonna be posted. I'm gonna do a little light editing, post it on Mondays. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like this kind of thing, let us know.
And let us know like what topics you want to talk about, because we have like
We have a couple ideas, but
conspiracies, like food stuff, like
makeup products,
Makeup.
reviews. Like, we want to do
Weird
this. This
shit.
is something just nice to start our day.
because it's so much different than like gaming, and like it's
Mhm.
just kind of nice to.
It's nice to
talk
bond
with you guys.
So
Now you know about us in our childhood.
yeah, so sorry that we were reading your messages.
Yes.
But I think when we talk about other things, it'll be different. Like, we can discuss more. But this was just like, we didn't know what to do as the first one.
Mhm.
So we just kind of did some story time.
Mm-hmm.
No redemptions. No redemptions for these streams.
We don't even have that set up with. We're like on a different scene for this,
Yeah.
so we can't. Sorry.
So don't forget to subscribe. You can rewatch the VOD if you missed it. And we're going to do this every Saturday morning. So definitely write in our, if you're in Taylor's Discord, write some ideas you have.
Yes.
And what you enjoyed about it, what we could have done differently. Like, just give us some feedback.
We're trying to be professional.
We're clearly professional. There's a light that's the wrong color, and we're clearly professional. It almost looks like it's the Chow thing.
It almost looks like it's a secret spy camera.
Yeah, so thank you guys for being here. We really are excited about this project that we're doing, so...
I'm gonna be in the comments. I'll see you guys in the comments.
And don't forget, we post regular videos
On Friday?
On Fridays, so don't forget about that. And then I'll see some of you tonight for Smash Saturdays on my channel.
And I might stream tomorrow, but not sure what. But
all right, guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and all those things that social media influencers tell you to do. All right, you guys have a good day.
Okay.
Good morning.
Do we end?
Wait, I think we just should put an end. We should put an end on it, yeah. Okay, bye!